Okay, it's finally Android version 12. Beta 1 is here in our hands. I've installed it on my Redmi Note 9 Pro. It's available for Redmi Note 9 Pro, Redmi Note 9 Pro Max, Redmi Note 9S and Poco M2 Pro, which means it's a Mi 12 build, and yes, it's Android version 12. And actually, if you compare it with the previous developer preview, which I reviewed it on my Redmi Note 9 Pro, it's actually quite amazing, quite great, and it doesn't come with many kind of major bugs. Yes, still it's beta and also it's a ported ROM, so yes, we have some bugs available, but of course it's not recommended for you. If you are a user who wants to use this as a daily driver, it's not recommended, but the thing is you can still use it on your device to take a feel of Android 12 like this. The new pin UI, as you can see, whenever you enter lock screen pin, you will see this kind of new UI, new numbers here. It looks actually a little bit new, little bit different, little bit unique. Seems to be a very different and very good kind of thing on your device, especially if you're looking for a new UI. This might be a very good choice for you. It's a Pixel one, so yes, all the Pixel apps etc available. As you can see in app drawer, you will see this kind of new animation which you don't get in Android version 11, and yes, the UI is actually quite smooth. Even though it's a ported ROM, even though I have installed it on my device Redmi Note 9 Pro, but it actually looks quite good. As you can see, all these apps are available. These apps will be installed after you boot this ROM first time on your device. These apps will be automatically installed on your device. And on the major highlight is this quick settings. This actually reminds me of MIUI, but yes, if you love to use MIUI Control Center, you will definitely use this, because MIUI Control Center always little bit lags, but in this one we don't have those lags. All these extra tiles options available. It doesn't have the privacy tiles, for example the mic and camera one, which is a very good feature there, but the thing is still it's looking quite good. Colors are quite bright and it looks quite amazing, and honestly I just love this. It's just up to your preference. If you don't like it, don't use it. If you like it, you definitely need to try out this thing on a device. Everything else is same in this build as it's Android 12. The features in Android 12 you already know. I made a lot of videos on Android 12 features, so if you haven't saw those videos yet, make sure to check out that. In settings we have almost same features. The font size are actually changed. It also comes with the new ripple effect. As you can see, it has the ripple effect available. The settings icons are themed, looks quite good. Sometimes remind me of One UI. It is actually kind of a mixture of One UI, MIUI and in stock Android, and yes, it looks quite good. As in stock Android you always get very good kind of multitasking. I always do multitasking and this is a very good thing for me. Honestly, I like this a lot. If you talk about the volume panel, as I shown in my previous video, if you remember that this is the new volume panel which was leaked, and yes, it's here in Android 12 beta version. This is here, and this is a beta one, and of course it's a beta version, so it's not recommended for as a daily drivers. Also, if you don't know how to install custom ROMs, it's always not recommended. But still, if you want to get a feel and if you know how you are dealing with this, how to install, how to recover from it, you can definitely give it a try. It will give you some random reboots also, as I saw after installing it from past 12 hours I got some random issues. And the notification panel, yes, there are some things here, for example this rounded icons in the notification, which looks actually good, and notification UI seems to be very good. And as I previously mentioned, I like this UI a lot, and if you don't like it, don't use it, don't complain, because it's everyone's choice, everyone's preference. These four tiles you get at the top header: Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, do not disturb mode and torch, or you can also customize them according to your preference, but everything is good. The battery backup seems to be not bad here. The battery backup is actually good, it's not bad. And in the settings where we have some features, everywhere the font size is actually changed, and also the fonts are actually bold, and these are the default fonts which you get in Pixel 4a, and this is the build from Pixel 4a. And if you have Pixel 4a, maybe you have already installed this. The battery backup seems to be decent one, as I previously told you. And the thing, as you can see in the graph, I got random reboot here in the start of the video where I was showing you the boot animation. That was actually a random reboot. So yes, I got random reboot. It's just not only me, many users got the random reboot. So yes, the thing which you need to keep in mind is this, that you might get random reboots, but the thing is, it's of course not for daily driver. but it's honestly quite good. If you compare it to the developer preview was not even that much great, but this has very good stability. This looks quite fast, multitasking is good. Alongside adaptive battery, we have adaptive charging, which was not available in Android version 11 as far as I know, but the thing is it looks good. Adaptive charging is a very good feature. Same kind of UI and styles and wallpapers. We have approximately of 6 styles and wallpapers pre-installed, but has the UI has changed. As you can see, rounded UI everywhere, almost everywhere. So I think you don't need G Visual Mode. If you don't know what is G Visual Mode, that's a Magisk module through which you can customize the radius, status bar, height, and a lot more things. So the thing is, it's actually quite good and impressive one. Moving on to some other things, we have these fonts options available for you. For example, we have many fonts, and by default you didn't got these fonts, but now we have these fonts available for you, and some fonts are actually changed. In the security app, yes, pixel imprint, we have the fingerprint, and yes, the fingerprint seems to be very good. Sometimes it doesn't take my fingerprint. I'm not sure if it just right now, or maybe it will give you some issues, but not a big issue. By the way, fingerprint seems to be normal and working fine here. Encryption, etc., yes, my device will be encrypted after installing this thing, so in recovery you will not be able to access your internal storage. Make sure to keep this thing in your mind. And the system update, as expectedly, you will see Android version 11. Even though the Easter egg, whenever you open Android, as click here, click for approximately 5 6 times 7 times, you will not get the Android 12 Easter egg yet. You will get the Android version 11 Easter egg. So yes, still it's not changed, but as it's beta 1, you will see beta 2, beta 3 very soon. Then you will see the stable version. So it's been a long time. As the thing I have already shown you, it also comes with new gestures. As you just saw, it has this one-handed UI. How it is coming, how it is working, it is actually a gesture, and yes, the gesture seems to be very good. You simply need to swipe down from here. You will see one-handed mode will be activated, and this is actually a gesture which you can customize. If you don't want one-handed, you can simply choose this. Swipe fingerprint for notification isn't working, and yes, it was expected, so it's not working for you. It will not work for you. Swipe for notification, it's a good feature. Is a feature which I already shown in my previous build, in my previous video. As you can see, swipe down from here, you will see the notification panel, and looks quite good. We can also customize this swipe for notification, or if you want to use one-handed mode. If you enable one-handed mode, the swipe for notification will automatically turn off. So just swipe down, you will see the one-handed mode here, and you can customize this, which looks quite good. And yes, Google improved it a lot of features which were advanced, which were expected, and some users were demanding for that. And yes, they finally got double tap to wake. Expectedly, it's not working, so if you want double tap to wake, don't use it. There's some minor bugs available here and there. It doesn't come in any kind of camera app pre-installed, so yes, if you want camera, you need to try out a different Google camera for you. And I didn't test Google camera yet. I'm not sure if any Google camera will work or not. Now here it is, we have downloaded the file. I'm just not gonna show you because I don't have the SD card, so I will not be able to show you how to install, but let me show you the main steps which you need to follow. First of all, move on to the security, go to screen lock, remove the pattern, password or pin lock, whatever you have applied. It's better to use a swipe only. This is the thing which is applied to all of the users. Make sure to keep this thing in mind. And the second one is in the account section, just remove your account. This is necessary, because if you don't remove this, then you might get some issues. After that, boot into custom recovery and install this like other ROMs. This is all from today's video. I hope you like this. Goodbye, have a nice day.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air.